Welcome students. In this video lecture, I am going to give you information about liver and gallbladder. Objectives of this lecture is to understand physiological anatomy of liver, functions of liver and gallbladder, and the study of bile and its functions. First of all, physiological anatomy of liver. Liver is largest gland in body. Weight of the liver is 1500 gram or 1.5 kilogram. Liver has been divided in two lobes, right lobe and the left lobe. Right lobe it is much larger than the left lobe and it contains caudate as well as the quadrate lobe. Hepatic lobe contains hepatic lobules and hepatic lobules are made up of column of hepatic cell. Here we can see structure of hepatic cell plate. Hepatic cell plates contain hepatocytes and it is hexagonal in structure, and at its corner it contains portal triad. Portal triad contains portal vein, hepatic artery and bile duct, and in the central part it contains central vein. Portal vein and hepatic artery they are divided into the branches and the blood mixes inside the sinusoids. Sinusoids show intimate contact between the blood inside the sinusoids and the hepatocytes. So hepatocyte can modify most of the constituents of the blood. Sinusoids they are lined by macrophages known as Kupffer cells. Blood inside the sinusoid eventually it is drained inside the central vein and from the central vein to the hepatic vein and vena cava. Here in this figure, we can see the physiological anatomy of the liver. Liver has two lobes, right lobe as well as the left lobe. Lobe, it contains lobules and specific arrangement of the hepatocyte. It shows hepatic cell plates. Hepatic cell plates, these are the hexagonal in structure and at its corner, it shows portal triad. Portal triad, it contains hepatic artery, portal vein and the bile duct. This section it shows typical structure of the hepatic lobule. Hepatic lobule it contains column of the hepatic cells and at the one end it shows portal triad and in the center central vein is present. Blood from the portal vein as well as the hepatic artery it mixes inside the sinusoids. Sinusoids they are lined by macrophages which are known as Kupffer cells, and hepatocyte they synthesize and secrete bile inside the bile canaliculi, and from this bile canaliculi bile is drained inside the branch of the bile duct. Liver also has some special features like physiological reserve of the liver. For example, 80% of the liver tissue it can be removed without any impact on the physiological functions of liver. And even if 90% of the bile ducts they are ligated, the volume of the bile secreted remains normal. So it shows. So even if majority of the portion of the liver it is destroyed by the liver disease, then remaining portion it can perform the normal physiological function when 20% of the liver tissue is normal. Regenerative power of the liver it is considerably more. For example, even after removal of the 3/4 of the liver mass, original liver mass is restored in 6 to 8 weeks due to regeneration. And this regeneration occurs because of the active mitotic division of the hepatocytes. So even after destruction, liver can regenerate its lost mass by the active mitotic division. So regeneration power of the liver is also more. Now hepatic blood flow and oxygen consumption. Hepatic blood flow is through hepatic artery and portal vein. Hepatic artery it supplies 20% of the total hepatic blood flow, that is 300 ml per minute, and portal vein it supplies majority of the hepatic blood flow, that is 80% of the total hepatic blood flow, and it is 1200 ml per minute. So total hepatic blood flow is 1500 ml per minute. Hepatic oxygen consumption is 60 ml oxygen per minute. Now some mean pressure in the hepatic and portal venous system. Mean hepatic arterial pressure is 100 mmHg. Mean portal venous pressure is 7 mmHg and mean hepatic venous pressure is 5 mm of mercury. So we can say the resistance of the blood flow through the liver is low. Functions of liver. Synthesis of most of the plasma proteins, mainly albumin, it occurs in the liver. Immunoglobulins, they are not synthesized by the liver. Various clotting factors like fibrinogen, prothrombin, factor 5, 7, 9, 10, they are synthesized by the liver. So in the patient with the liver disease, decrease in the synthesis of the plasma protein, it produces hypoproteinemia and edema. Decrease in the synthesis of the clotting factor, it produces tendency towards the hemorrhagic disorders. Various enzymes like alkaline phosphatase, SGOT or serum glutamic oxaloacetic transaminase, SGPT or serum glutamic pyruvic transaminase, they are synthesized by the hepatocytes. Liver also removes ammonia by the synthesis of urea. Urea can be excreted from the body. So whenever liver is damaged, it increases serum ammonia, which produces characteristic foul smell. Cholesterol, it is also synthesized in the hepatocyte from active acetate. So in the patient with the liver disease, serum cholesterol level decreases, but in the patient with the obstructive jaundice, serum cholesterol level increases. Liver plays important role in the metabolism of carbohydrate, fats and protein. Now first of all, role of the liver in the carbohydrate metabolism. Glycogenesis occur in the hepatocyte, that is conversion of the glucose into glycogen. Glycogenolysis is the conversion of the glycogen into glucose. Glycogenesis and glycogenolysis, they are the important part of the blood glucose buffer mechanism. Gluconeogenesis is the synthesis of the glucose from non-carbohydrate sources. Interconversion of the monosaccharide such as glucose, galactose and the fructose, it occur inside the liver, and liver is the main site for the alcohol metabolism because hepatocyte, it contains enzyme alcohol dehydrogenase. In the patient with the liver diseases, blood glucose buffer mechanism is impaired, which can produce hypoglycemia. Now role of the liver in the protein metabolism. For synthesis of various plasma proteins except immunoglobulin and for the synthesis of coagulation factor, liver is important. Deamination of the amino acid occur in the liver and it is essential for the energy production. Liver is main site for the formation of non-essential amino acid by formation of keto acids. Role of the liver in fat metabolism. Beta oxidation of the fat occurs in the liver, that is the oxidation of the fatty acids to acetoacetic acid. Synthesis of triglyceride from fatty acid occur in the liver as well as the synthesis of lipoproteins like HDL, VLDL, LDL and the chylomicron occurs inside the liver. Lipoproteins, these are the vehicles of the fat and that transports fatty acids from the liver to the peripheral tissue and from the peripheral tissue to the liver. Synthesis of cholesterol and various phospholipids like lecithin, sphingomyelins and cephalin for the cell membrane, it occurs in the liver. So in the patients with the liver diseases, decreased synthesis of the lipoprotein, it increases fatty acid contents of the liver, which is known as fatty liver, and on the longer duration, fatty liver can produce hepatitis, and if it is not treated, then it can replace the hepatocyte with the fibrous tissue that is known as cirrhosis of liver. Liver is also important for the detoxification and the protective function. By the activity of its reticuloendothelial system by the Kupffer cell, it helps in the immune mechanisms and metabolism and excretion of various drugs and unwanted substances by the process of the conjugation, oxidation, reduction and hydrolysis. So whenever liver damage occurs, metabolism and excretion of the drug decreases. So even normal dosage of the drug can produce intoxication as well as unwanted side effects. Liver also acts as a reservoir of the blood and about 650 ml of the blood can be shifted to the systemic circulation whenever systemic blood volume decreases. Liver is the organ for the erythropoiesis during the fetal life and liver is the storage organ for the glycogen, fat, protein, various vitamins like vitamin A and B12 and the storage of the iron in form of the ferritin and hemocysteine. Hormone inactivation also occurs in the liver by various metabolic processes, particularly the cortisol, aldosterone, insulin, glucagon, testosterone, and thyroxine. They are inactivated in the liver. So, whenever patient develops hepatic damage, then the concentration of all these hormone increases, which can produce various signs and symptoms. Hepatocyte synthesize and secretes bile. So liver acts as an exocrine gland and it continuously secretes bile. Bile it is synthesized from the cholesterol and bile helps in the activation of the pancreatic lipase and the emulsification of the fats, and in this manner bile is important for the digestion and absorption of the fat in the small intestine. Hepatobiliary system, bile and its functions. Hepatic biliary system, it has two parts, intrahepatic biliary system and the extrahepatic biliary system. Intrahepatic biliary system, it contains various biliary ducts present inside the liver. It contains bile canaliculi, which contains the bile which is secreted by the hepatocytes. Bile canaliculi, they become continuous with the intralobular ductules, and the intralobular ductules, they join together to form right as well as the left hepatic duct, and these are the part of the intrahepatic biliary system. Extrahepatic biliary system is the part of the biliary system which is present outside the liver. It mainly consists of the gallbladder and the extrahepatic bile ducts. Gallbladder is a pear-shaped viscera with a 30 to 50 ml of the capacity. Function of the gallbladder is the storage of the bile and the concentration of the bile by absorbing water. Right hepatic duct and left hepatic duct, they join together to form common hepatic duct. Cystic duct, it joins common hepatic duct and forms common bile duct. Pancreatic duct, it opens into the common bile duct, and this is known as common hepatopancreatic duct, which opens in the second part of the duodenum, and it is guarded by the sphincter of Oddi. So hepatobiliary system, it synthesizes and secretes bile in the second part of the duodenum. Now it is time to understand the composition of bile. So rate of secretion of the bile is 500 to 1 liter per day. Appearance is transparent alkaline fluid and it contains golden yellow color. The pH of bile is 7.8 to 8.6 and it contains 97% of the water and 3% solids. Solids, these are the organic as well as the inorganic solids. Inorganic solids are the electrolytes like the sodium, potassium, calcium, bicarbonate and the chloride. Organic solids present in the bile, they are bile salts. Bile salts, they are the sodium and potassium salts of bile acids. Bile pigments, they are the mainly excretory products of the hemoglobin metabolism like biliverdin and bilirubin. Fatty acids and cholesterol, they are also present in bile. Alkaline phosphatase is also present in the bile and it converts organic phosphate to free phosphate. Now let us summarize components of bile juice. Bile juice contains organic solids and inorganic solids. Inorganic solids are various electrolytes like sodium, potassium and calcium, and various anions like bicarbonate and chlorides. Various organic solids present in the bile juice, they are bile salts, bile pigments, fatty acids, cholesterol and acid phosphatase. The main function of the gallbladder is the storage as well as the concentration of bile. So bile, it is secreted continuously by the liver cell, but most of it is normally stored in the gallbladder until it is needed inside the duodenum. Volume of the gallbladder bile is 30 to 60 ml, and when bile it is present inside the gallbladder, sodium it is actively reabsorbed, which is followed by reabsorption of the chloride and bicarbonate, and reabsorption of the water occurs according to its osmotic gradient. So reabsorption of the sodium, water, chloride and bicarbonate, it decreases all these components inside the gallbladder bile, which concentrates the remaining components like bile salts, cholesterol, lecithin and bilirubin. This slide, it shows comparison between the liver bile and the gallbladder bile. Now look at the sodium, chloride, bicarbonate and the water. Due to active reabsorption of the sodium, concentration of the sodium inside the gallbladder bile decreases, which is followed by reabsorption of chloride and bicarbonate. So concentration of chloride and bicarbonate also decreases in the gallbladder bile, which is followed by reabsorption of the water according to its osmotic gradient. So concentration of the water also decreases, which concentrates remaining components like bile salt, bilirubin, cholesterol and fatty acids. So concentration of all these component increases in the gallbladder bile. Bile salts are important component of bile. Bile salts are sodium and potassium salts of bile acids, and bile acids they are of two types: primary bile acids which are synthesized from the cholesterol, and secondary bile acids they are formed in the colon by the action of the bacteria. Primary bile acids they are cholic acid and chenodeoxycholic acid, and these primary bile acids they get conjugated with the glycine and taurine in the hepatocyte and it forms glycocholic acid and the taurocholic acid. Sodium and potassium salts of the glycocholic acid and taurocholic acid are known as bile salts. And secondary bile acids they are formed by the bacteria in the small intestine and they are deoxycholic acid and the lithocholic acid. Most of the bile salts they are excreted in the stools and some enters inside the enterohepatic circulation. Enterohepatic circulation of the bile salt is necessary. 90 to 95% of the bile salts they are reabsorbed in the terminal ileum of the small intestine in the portal vein and return to the liver. This is known as enterohepatic circulation of bile salt. Now total pool of bile salt in our body is 3 to 3.5 gram and rate of synthesis of bile salt is 0.2 to 0.4 gram per day. So when we take ordinary meal, it requires 6 to 8 gram of bile salt for the digestion and absorption of fat. And pool of bile salt is only 3 to 3.5 gram. So total pool of the bile salt it must circulate twice a meal and 6 to 8 times a day. So that's why enterohepatic circulation of bile salt is important for the digestion and absorption of fat. And whenever enterohepatic circulation of bile salt decreases, it results in the malabsorption of the fat and steatorrhea. Bile salts are amphipathic in nature, so it contains hydrophilic as well as the hydrophobic site. Hydrophilic is the water attracting site and the hydrophobic site is the water repelling site. So that's why bile salt lowers surface tension of the aqueous solution and forms stable solution or emulsion of many fatty materials, and this is known as hydrotropic action of bile salts. Now understand effect of the bile salt on emulsification of lipids. Emulsification is conversion of the large lipid globules into the small lipid droplets. Here we can see the structure of the bile acids with hydrophilic as well as the hydrophobic elements. Now hydrophobic elements they get attached with the large lipid globules and prepares small lipid droplets. Now this detergent, bile salt as well as the phospholipid, they form coating on the small lipid droplets with the polar residue facing outward, and the polar residue they repel each other and it prevent aggregation of the small lipid droplets into the large lipid droplets, and in this manner it increases surface area. On this increased surface area, various pancreatic lipase they can act for the digestion of the lipids. Bile salt also help in the formation of the micelle and absorption of the lipids. Now micelles are much smaller than the emulsified droplets and they assist in the absorption of the fats. Each micelle contains bile salt and phospholipid on the surface, and fatty acid, monoglyceride and cholesterol they are present in the center of the micelle. Now this video explains the formation of the micelle. In the central part, fatty acid, monoglyceride and cholesterol they are present and it is coated by bile salt and phospholipid. So water loving outside is present and in the inside it contains fatty acid, monoglyceride and cholesterol. So this micelle it gets attached to the small intestinal mucosa and it promotes absorption of fatty acid, monoglyceride and cholesterol. Another important function of the bile salt is the prevention of the precipitation of the cholesterol. So cholesterol is insoluble, but the bile salt they keep insoluble cholesterol in the solution And for this purpose, the ratio of the cholesterol to the bile salt, it should be 1:20. Whenever this ratio decreases, either because of the decrease in the bile salt or increase in the cholesterol, it causes precipitation of the cholesterol and the formation of the gallstones. Biliary stasis and the infection of the gallbladder also contributes to the formation of gallstones. So function of the bile salt is emulsification of the fats, which increases surface area. Formation of the micelles, it promotes absorption of the lipids in small intestine. Activation of the bile salt activated lipases, and bile salt, they keep cholesterol in solution. Bile salt also increases peristalsis of large and small intestine. Bile pigments present in the bile, they are biliverdin, bilirubin and its derivative. 1 gram of the hemoglobin, it forms 40 milligram of the bilirubin. Golden yellow color of the liver bile is because of the bile pigments. Now bile pigments are only excretory product with no digestive functions. Now finally let us summarize functions of bile. So functions of bile is because of the various constituents of bile like bile salt. Bile salt, it is useful for the digestion and absorption of the fat and absorption of the fat soluble vitamins. Bile salts, they are also useful for the solubility of the cholesterol. Now bile, it is also useful for the excretion of the bile pigments, drugs, various hormones, toxins, inorganic substances like copper, zinc and mercury. And because of the presence of the bicarbonate as well as the mucus in the bile, it is useful for the neutralization of acid in chyme. Control of bile secretion is by neural factors as well as the chemical factors. Neural factors like vagal stimulation causes weak contraction of the gallbladder and release of the bile in the second part of the duodenum. So vagal stimulation increases bile secretion in the second part of the duodenum because of the contraction of gallbladder. Various chemical factors like hormones, secretin and cholecystokinin, they can also increase bile secretion. Whenever acid content in the duodenum increases, it increases release of the secretin, and secretin, it increases secretion of the bile from the hepatocytes inside the canaliculi, and this action is known as choleretic action. Product of the protein digestion in the duodenum, it increases release of the cholecystokinin, and cholecystokinin, it promotes gallbladder contraction, and this action is known as cholegogue action, by which gallbladder bile, it is secreted into the intestine.